Everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications when we go live or post videos, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description, along with for our Discord, our Facebook trading group, and our Patreon. Sorry I can't be with you guys today live. I actually had some appointments this afternoon, so I just wanted to record a video, recap my trades of what I've done today so far, and that way you can kind of follow along with me. I just did a booking earnings trade, so I'll walk you through that. But first and foremost, I'll walk you through. I had an earnings trade for yesterday on Square, and then I had a strangle on Nvidia. I did close out Square, did pretty well, made $100, and then Nvidia made another $128. But I'll walk you through that trade. So yesterday on Square had earnings last night. They did do well on earnings. However, the stock opened up extremely flat. I had an iron condor on Square. Let me show you the open. So I actually got 24 cents in credit, and then I bought it back for 4 cents. So I made 20 cents per contract. I had 5 contracts. So that's how you calculate the $100 on it. So, I sucked the premium out of that pretty good. But if you're taking a look here, Square bounced, ripped right at open. So it opened flat. So I was able to get out for 4 cents. But it then ripped up to 66 and a half. I did have the 66 and a half on the call side. So, that would have been dangerous. Like what that trade is worth now. So I bought it back for 4 cents. What that trade is worth now, I had the 66 and a halves, and I had the, what did I have? I had the 56 and a halves and the 57s. So call side were good, but we're now at one point I think this was back up over 20 cents because it's right now 9 cents. I bought it back for 4 cents, so I did pretty well there. So that's why when you're winning on if you're winning on a earnings trade, don't try to suck it down to zero. I mean, I made like 80% on that trade, so I can't complain. And the lower it goes, it's going to be harder for it to go down to 1 cent. Then it's a lot easier for that option to increase. And then because it opened so flat from yesterday on Square, like yesterday it closed at like 61.71, and it really opened at like 61 or 62 here. So like 30-cent move. That's why we were able to. Thankfully, they did a nice premium crush at open. When sometimes they don't give you the premium crush right at open. Sometimes you have to wait 30 minutes or an hour because, as you can see, this would have gone against me, and I would have probably paid money. Right now, we're looking good because Theta's it dropped $2 here, but those contracts would have been. I would have been definitely losing money when the money, because this started to go in the money at $66.60, and I had the 66 and a half calls. So definitely glad we closed it out. So you don't want to be greedy on earnings trades. If it goes your way, just close it out. And then I closed out my Nvidia trade. So today we had some good news, as you guys know. Well, most of you probably do know, on the China trade deal. So I don't know. It's all very vague. I don't really know what's going on, but essentially they said the U.S. and China has agreed to take off the tariffs in phases. However, I don't know if that has been confirmed by the White House or not. I haven't really seen too much news about it, but that really helps out stocks like Nvidia, because Nvidia gets a lot of revenue from China, and we had a nice gap up. So yesterday it closed around 207.70, and this morning it opened up around 210 and some change, so 210 and a half right down in here. I had a strangle on it, so I had the 202.50 puts, and I had the 207.50 calls, so it was a very bullish skewed strangle. And I put that trade on for like 250, and I sold it for 381. So we made a $1.30, about 128. So Nvidia, that was nice. I definitely glad that I sold that at opening, because as you can see, it ripped down to 209, back up to 211. Like when things are going in your favor, you don't really want to play games like that. You don't want to get crazy. I did put on a bookings earnings trade Well, before we get into that, actually, I'll talk about Tava. I did have a Tava earnings trade on. Right now, it's kind of flat, as you can see here. I do have this. However, I do have the January 17th, January 2020 expiration for this. So I have a debit spread. I currently have 71 days on that. I have the 10 calls and the 11. I'm selling the 11 calls, so it's a debit spread. Max profit on this is like 150, and my max loss is 40 bucks on this. So I actually only had one contract, and then yesterday I got a fill for another contract on that at 15 cents. So my original on Tava, my original fill on November 5th, I paid 25 cents, and then yesterday I got a fill yesterday for 15 cents when Tava went down a little bit, and Tava actually tried to break out today. You know, they had pretty good earnings, dropping now a little bit, but what I really need to see, I need to see it to hold above 9. But you know, like I said, we have 70 days on it. Not too concerned, but you know, this is for a lower price stock, you need to be more conservative with the time. So it's being pushed up. You know, looks like it's been grinding up. I'm just waiting for that breakout. So hopefully that happens sooner than later. But like I said, we have a lot of time. Booking. So booking. This is kind of a tricky trade, and I definitely don't recommend it for beginner traders. One thing is it's a higher price stock, but the other thing is the volume on the options is extremely low. So when you do trade it, I only sell options on it. I never buy options on it because you get a very bad deal. When you sell options on booking, we'll kind of go through it. You can calculate the pricing based on the width of the strikes and knowing if you're going to get a good deal or not. And if you put an order in and it doesn't get filled, it's not a big deal. But if it does get filled, you know that you got it at the right price or the price that you wanted. So, you know, trading stocks, like, it's really easy to get ripped off trading stocks like booking because the volume is just not poor, and I'll show you that order. But what I want to cover real quick is right now it's down 7%, and the main reason for that is they do have earnings after close, or by the time you're watching this, the earnings are happening right now. But I had to take off, so I put an earnings trade on early after it started to level off here. And booking, the reason why it's reacting this way before earnings is because TripAdvisor, Expedia, they all bombed earnings. They're all having a bad time. If you look up Trip, I mean, this is down 20%. Expedia down 26%, and now we have Booking. Booking's down 7%, so it could go down some more, of course. So it's down 150 points right now. You know, on terms of Booking, it could go really either way. So I did a neutral play on this, pretty safe bet. You know, a lot of times it looks like it possibly might be baked in at this point. You know, that's kind of why I chose that over Disney and some of the other ones, is because Disney, I'm not sure what the report's going to say. I know that they have been having early signups, and I don't know what the Disney Plus numbers and if they're going to reveal those numbers for the early signups or not. So Disney is really much of a gamble. Booking, since we had the other ones report and the stock is already reacting, I felt that it was a pretty safe trade. Now it does swing a lot. I mean, the higher priced, it could go a lot of ways, but I'll kind of show you the trade here. So Booking. Let's go to today. So I got $1.25 credit. So let me show you what this looks like here. Come on, I just upgraded Tastyworks. It's like messing up for me. But Booking, let me show you the curve here so you can kind of see. So right now I am selling premium within the expected move, and mainly because it's already moved so much right now. So on the put side, I have a little bit. Let me show you that here. So on the put side, you know, we're down here. I'm selling the 1750 put, and I bought the 1747.50 put. And then on the call side, we're at 1950 and the 1957.50 strikes. So let's go to the table, kind of show you why, it's a little dangerous here. So if you look at the call side, I mean, this volume is only 150 for the 1950s, and then the 150 sorry, is 3, volume of 3. So that's terrible volume. It's like, why would you put this trade on? You just have to know when you're selling premium and when you're getting a good price. And so how do you know you're getting a good price? So I got $1.25 in credit, and these are 250 wide strikes. So the max loss on each side is going to be 250, but then you get $1.25 in credit. So then max loss is going to be $1.25. So to risk $125 in losses, I'm getting a max profit of $125. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, is why I put this trade on. And as you can see, volume on these is really poor. But like, if you look at this trade right now, it's saying that I'm up $35, which I'm definitely not, because I just put the trade on. And this is where, just to show you, this is where new traders get in trouble. So they might just say, oh, I'll take the mid price at 80, and then you get filled at 80. But right now, it dipped down to 60 because the volume is so bad. But what you can do, what I did is, you put in the price that you want. You can even, I probably should have started at, I know that when I put this trade on and I got an instant fill, I put in $1.25, got an instant fill. I probably should, I like to go higher. I probably should have started at like 130 and worked my way down. Instead, I started at 125 and got an instant fill. When I trade something like Booking and I get an instant fill like that, I never feel good about the price, even though it is way above mid price, which mid price is saying right now is 85 or 70, and it's kind of moving all crazy, as you can see down here. But that's how I trade those low volume earnings plays. It really only works for me when selling premium. When buying premium on this, it's too much of a gamble. But when you're selling premium, it's very easy to calculate, because you can calculate how much profit you get and how much risk you're going to have based on the width of the strikes. And if it turns out the numbers don't work, don't trade it. But for this, I'll take a 1-to-1. I have a 100-point range on this. So the reason why I took those strikes here is on Booking. So 1750 would put it down here kind of in bounce territory, which is bounced in the past. And then 1950 up here, which, I mean, it's bounced at 1950 before, so it could return up there. Now that it's dropped already 150 points, I'm thinking maybe it might move 50 to 75 points additional. So that would mean it'd be down, 150 to 225. Or it could say, or what could happen is this could be flat. So we'll see. We'll see after close, while you guys are watching this, what the numbers are in. So I just want to cover this trade so you can kind of follow along with me, my ideas and why I put this trade on, and see if I'm going to make money tomorrow or not on this after this opens. I mean, it could rebound up to 200 and we can get screwed, or it could drop through down to 1700 and we can get screwed. But we'll see. But since it's reacted, earnings is a gamble. But if you do trade earnings, I like to just sell premium and be selective in your earnings trades. You don't want to just like do all the earnings trades possible. You want to be selective, and I think that Booking had the best setup out of anybody. ATVI also looked at. ATVI has earnings right now. They sold off today, and they've really just been in this range, even though they have been slowly grinding up. But this could really break out on ATVI, so that's why I didn't trade. I mean, this could easily go up to 60, and the expected move is only $3.70. So for an option seller, you could easily get screwed on this trade, just because it's been trading in very tight range over the last few months, and this earnings could be a catalyst for it to break out. They're going to have all those Call of Duty sales that they're going to be reporting on. So I don't want to buy premium going into expiration Friday, and you want to, going into expiration Friday, you want to use as many things towards your advantage, and one of those things is Theta, of course. So since tomorrow's expiration, you can go further out and stuff like that, but I just didn't want to take the risk with ATVI. And like I said earlier, with Disney Plus and Disney, that's a gamble too, because it's been hanging around 130. I mean, this could last earnings, it did nothing. The previous earnings, it ran before last earnings. This earnings has really been really flat, this earnings beforehand. So what I don't know, since Disney Plus launches in like 5-6 days, they could really hype that up, get investors excited, and people pile in there. They could say, hey, we've had X amount of million of pre-signups already. We haven't even launched, and the stock goes crazy. I could sell puts in there, below 130, but Maybe I still will. I don't know, but I don't have much time, so so it's kind of a gamble. Maybe I'll sell some puts in there, but right now that's kind of what I'm looking at. They didn't beat earnings last quarter. They missed earnings last quarter as well, and they gapped down from 140 down to 134 and it was a $6 move, and the expected move today is $5.29. So for me, for an option seller, I feel like there's too much risk and not enough reward. So, or it could just do nothing and be flat, but wait for those Disney Plus numbers to come out. But I think running through the scenario in my head, and it's kind of selling off right now. There's not enough a reward, and the number of risks stack up versus the reward. So I'd rather just not trade it. I think as traders, we get into a mentality a lot of the times where we feel like we always have to make a trade, and sometimes the best trades are not making a trade. So that's what we're doing here. So yeah, so I just want to follow along with me. If you guys have any questions, let me know what you're trading below. Leave a comment below. Let me know how you guys are doing. I'll be around later today. We can, in the Discord and all that. If you like this video, hit the like button. Definitely appreciate you guys. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.